Hi, my name's Brian. I'm 46 years old, I'm British. I've lived here in Singapore now for 7 years. Singapore permanent resident. I've got a complete variety of families, so I have 3 children. 2 are half Japanese, 1 is half Filipino, so that full Eurasian piece going there. And yes, I am a passionate foodie, almost obsessive about food. I love everything to do with food, so I love the cooking, the prepping, the shopping, the experience, the culture, the history. So I love all of these things, and what I tend to do is go out, I go and eat hawker, I eat street food, I drag my family along with me, and then I come back here into Kitchen Kennett and recreate. So it becomes a kind of a fusion Asian personal spin on some of these wonderful recipes that I've explored across the whole of Asia. I urge my Angmo counterparts, I urge my children, I urge my family to follow me, to go and explore, to try these new things, to taste and to cook as well. If they don't like to go and eat in hawkers, well, they can actually read my food blog, which is called islifearecipe.net, islifearecipe.net. They can also read me in EX Mag for Men, which is the magazine that goes out every 2 months. So I'm in there, I do restaurant reviews, and I also put a recipe or two every couple of months in there as well. So a couple of sources to actually get access to my own spins on these wonderful food experiences. I've also written a cookbook, so I wrote a cookbook for Tabitha Foundation here. About 2 years ago now, sold about 350 copies and raised just over $30,000 for the less fortunate people of Cambodia, which is a pretty amazing feat actually. It's very proud of that event, housed a lot of people with the money that was raised. And now as well I also get auctioned off to actually go around people's houses and cook dinners for them as well to raise further funding for that charity. I get branded as the semi-naked chef, because it's so hot here in Singapore, and me being British, you can see I'm sweating now, but I tend to cook with my top off. So hence the semi-naked, which is kind of stuck. But does all of this define me as a food hero? Food hero, so hero defined as a person, typically a man, who is admired for their courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Well, on the front of man, I think I kind of roughly just tick the box for that. Sometimes that is debatable, according to my friends. Courage, yes, absolutely. Courage for cooking with no top on, especially over hot oil. I think that is very courageous. As for the rest, well, I'll leave that for you to decide now that you know me in a bit more detail. So I'm quickly going to rustle you up some food as well. I thought you might want to see me cooking something. Quite simple, so as not to use up too much video time. I've done some pre-prep, but I'm going to walk you through how you actually get to that end state of the prep. So it's a beef salad with a twist. It's kind of Asian, it's kind of not Asian, but it's got a secret recipe. I'm not going to tell you what that secret recipe is until the end. It's pretty wacky, but it really works. So enjoy it, follow me now. Okay, right, come here. Let me show you the ingredients. Right, so what we have, some of these are pre-prepared, okay, so that I can quickly do this, so we're not going to take up all the video time. We got some cleaned pomelo here, just broken into cubes. We got some trimmed lime, so just taking the pith out as well. About 3 tablespoons of lime juice. We've got about a cup of chopped coriander, roughly chopped here. We got some roughly chopped onion, again about a cup. Couple of spoonfuls, teaspoons of butter, salt, white pepper, steak, which I'll run you through in a second. I've just got 2 trimmed ribeyes here, and I'll run you through that in a sec, how to do this. And then 2 sweet corn cobs, which again I'm going to run you through how to actually get to the prep stage. One secret ingredient, which I'm not going to tell you about until the very end. This is the thing that kind of makes it real funky, right? So there's the ingredients. Now I'm going to run you through the prep. So for the steak, if you just come down here please, Ollie. So the steak, just taking a tenderising hammer, you're just giving it a little bit of a bash, okay? You're not trying to break it up. Really just flatten it out a bit, tenderising that meat, flip her over, a little bit more on the other side. So this makes it not so chewy as a steak, and also it should help it cook a lot quicker. And then we're just going to chop this into small pieces, like this. These are sort of your bite-sized pieces. This is, well, depending on your family. I mean, my son's got a huge mouth, so the pieces tend to be bigger. But we just cut those up into small bite-sized pieces after we've tenderised that with the hammer. And then we'll just set that aside. Now you don't want to take this out of the fridge cold. You know, meat, you can always leave it at around room temperature before you start to cook it. Cold cooking meat is not good. So take it out of the fridge 30 or so minutes beforehand, before you actually start cooking it. So there's the meat prepared. What I'll do now is just have a quick rinse down, and then I'm going to come and show you the sweet corn. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you the sweet corn. So clean the board, all nice and clean now. You're back with me. I'm just going to clean off the ends of the corn, and this end as well, and then just peel away the outer layers. And then all we're doing here is just give it a twist, like you're giving someone a Chinese burn. Sorry, should I say that in Asia? But anyway, back at home we call them Chinese burns. And then into the colander, what you're doing here is just cutting down behind that. You don't want the tough inner piece here, Rob. Just that little bit there, right? So just down, like so. And you see you're just taking the kernels off of the corn. So just trim that down, like so. Trim that down. So you're really not wanting to get that tough bit in the middle there. It's purely the corn kernels. And there you have it. Okay, so that's your corn. All nicely done. And we're going to just cook that in a second. Quick onion, chop up. Again, roughly chopped, right? I'm not one for airs or graces here, to be honest with you. You know, this is an Asian salad. I mean, it does have to be, you know, fine dining cuisine, etc. This is rough chop, right? Rough. There we go. So there is my cup of onions. Okay, so we're done. Okay, so next what we're going to do now is just going to cook off these onions. So wok on, high heat. You want to cook a wok in on nice high heat. If it's a good quality wok, this one's a flat bottomed one actually, which one of these cooking things that I did once for the charity, I turned up with my round bottom wok, and the customer that was actually paying for my services there had electric hob. So every now and then I use the flat bottom, but I tend to use the traditional. So into this, just put the couple of tablespoons of butter. Let that move around until it melts. And then literally all we're doing here is just chucking the onions in. Ooh. Throw these onions in. Now what you don't want to do is overcook the onions, okay? So everything here is a salad. You know, this is not to be browned, and it's not to be overcooked. You want it to retain a nice sort of crisp. So we can keep that going now. And actually Ollie, I'm going to double up here, my friend. Whilst that one's going, that's fine. Here I've got just some boiling water. Okay, if you zoom in there. I'm just going to put a little sprinkle of salt in there. And now this is the blanching of the sweet corn. So remember we got the sweet corn, all nicely chopped into the kernels. Literally just pop that colander in there. And just leave that for literally minute to 2 minutes. This is doing nicely. So you see this is starting to sweat down a bit now. It's going sort of translucent in colour, or see-through, for those that can't understand that. But there we go, nicely done, and we're nearly done. And to be honest, this is virtually done as well. And it takes like 1 to 2 minutes to just blanch the corn off. Again, you want to retain the crunch, you don't want it to soften. So that, Ollie my boy, is it. We're done. So let's turn those off. Let's take this bad boy out. Drain that away. And let that settle down. To the next. Okay, now we can do our next one here. Wok on. Got my round bottom one, more traditional wok. This is my favourite. Self-seasoning. Never ever clean with soapy water. Never clean your wok with soapy water. Cold water and scrub it with a brush. If you want to go real traditional, you can get a coconut brush, which basically just takes off the thing, but you're not losing it on the stick. In here, bit of oil, in goes the beef. Now I'm using white pepper, not black pepper for this, a little bit of white pepper, about a pinch, thereabouts, and likewise, a pinch of salt. And we're done. So spoon, spatula, just move this around. Now this is up to you. Now how do you like your steak basically? Do you like it rare, medium rare? This takes seconds, guys. I mean you can see this is already done already, right? Now in our family we're a bit bloody, so we do tend to like it, you know, rare, medium rare. Choice is yours. Just leave it in there for a little bit longer and it will cook through more. But literally the next time together nicely. Just keep moving that puppy around. And these are just going to be the cooked ingredients, okay? So there's 3 cooked ingredients. We've got the onion, which we've already prepared. We've got the corn, which we just gave a little blanch to, and the beef. 3 cooked ingredients, and the rest is the salad-based stuff, okay? So, nearly done now. Apologies for this one, you can see me through this steam. But that is about, and we're done. A couple of minutes, beef done, corn's done, onions done. Now we are coming to assemble the salad. Okay, so next up. Okay, it's coming to final stages now, friends. So in goes our blanched corn. In goes that. Put the ingredients first. Into that. Butter and all, so make sure the butter goes in here, okay? Into there. We're going to put those onions. That goes in. Look at that. Colours. And then our bully beef. In goes the beef. Juice and all. Get it all in there, right? Because the flavours are in the juice that's been there. Now then, finishing off though, in goes the pomelo. So there or thereabouts, okay? We're going to put in some of our coriander. Yeah, about that much will do. We're going to put in some lime juice. Approximately 2 to 3 teaspoons there. Give that a nice toss. Looking pretty, isn't it? What do you think? Okay. Secret ingredient time. Secret ingredient. It's going to sound absolutely wacky, but what is it? Popcorn. So this is just buttered, I think they call it cinema popcorn. And I literally, like you get from cold storage, just banged it in the microwave a couple of minutes. Over a stone. Now you come into a plating up time basically. So, now there's everything done. I'll just give this a good toss. Good toss there. And then I'm using a slate because the colours I think are real nice on the slate. Like so. I'll pull that on there. Let's tidy that up. Sprinkle a little popcorn on there. Maybe around the side as well. All artsy-fartsy restaurant like. There we go. And then we just take a couple of the lime wedges. Pop those on the front now. And there you have it, my friends. My popcorn beef salad. Thank you. Enjoy.